WGNSradio.com.
This is Chip Walters, and you're listening to Rutherford County's Blue Raider station.
Yeah, we got them. MTSU Sports on WGNS, AM, FM, online. Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSradio.com.
Back here on the program, and we promised an update here on our severe weather possibilities today, and those have been kind of creeping up as we've been watching throughout the week, and today the Storm Prediction Center putting us here in Rutherford County in an enhanced risk, a moderate risk just to the west, and you may be thinking, what does that mean? It's levels of severe weather that kind of just let us know the possibility of a heightened severe weather day. That's what we have. We're going to get a lot of explanation on this setup here. Jennifer Wojcicki joins us, WGNS weatherology meteorologist. And Jennifer, this is kind of shaping up to be a day across the eastern United States that could be a pretty bad one in many locations.
It definitely looks like that's going to be the case. And you had mentioned even in the western parts of the state that moderate risk for severe weather. And there are 5 categories for severe weather, and the enhanced risk directly around Middle Tennessee. That's category. The third category, we've got a marginal and slight risk off to the west. So if you are traveling, something to keep in mind. But if you do, to the east. But if you do go to the west, it's going to be a bigger chance at moderate risk for severe weather, or that enhanced risk directly around central, Middle Tennessee. And it does look like a few scattered showers and thunderstorms kind of on and off for the morning and then into the afternoon hours. But the best chance for that severe weather looks like that's really going to start to pick up in the evening hours and then for tonight and the overnight hours. We've got that wind advisory going into effect here at 7 p.m., and that's going to continue until tomorrow afternoon, rather. And so the main threat with this enhanced risk for severe weather looks to be large hail and damaging winds, and we can't rule out a tornado or two. So definitely something that we'll keep you posted on, but we are looking at that pretty decent chance for severe weather here later this afternoon into the evening.
And I think sometimes we get confused because it's in national news today. It's a big weather day, moderate risk. Talking about long track tornadoes, things of that nature, and you kind of think, well, we're supposed to get severe weather, so that's what we're going to have here. And weather's, you try to predict it, but it can be unpredictable even.
It really can, especially with a storm this magnitude. I mean, the severe weather threat goes from central Michigan all the way down to eastern Texas and up into southern Minnesota and down to Louisiana. So we're really looking at a pretty big system. Other parts of the Midwest are looking at, with this particular system, there's that low pressure system that's just starting to get into Iowa with that warm front. And so we're looking at a lot of these southerly winds and that moisture coming in from the Gulf. And then directly behind it, a very strong cold front. So that clash between the warmer and the colder air is the reason we're expecting to have a pretty decent chance for that severe weather risk here for tonight. Other parts of the central and northern plains are expecting to see actually some blizzards potentially here later this evening with up to about 12 inches of snow. So this one system is causing quite a bit of very different and opposing things here throughout the day and evening hours.
Yeah, very true. Now, we are seeing some showers, maybe even a thunder shower on the radar right now just to our west, and those could pop up during the day today, I understand, but those aren't really the ones that we're projecting to be severe by any stretch, are we really?
We're really not yet, not quite yet. Like I said, that low pressure system is off, just starting to enter into Iowa, and it's got that cold front that's going into Oklahoma and into Texas. And as that cold front starts to come in a little bit more so as we get through the afternoon hours, directly in front of that system, before that cold air comes in, we'll be seeing those chances for severe weather. So that's really going to be more so in the late afternoon, chances for showers and thunderstorms with that severe weather, and then tonight into the overnight hours.
It's really funny, and we've got Jennifer Wojcicki joining us, WGNS weatherology meteorologist, and last Friday we had a severe weather potential, got one this Friday. The weather patterns sometimes seem to just kind of keep rolling, but one thing, it has been a very active spring so far, and April is unfortunately usually the busiest month, so we can just expect more, I would think, from Mother Nature this spring especially.
Yeah, I would think so too. It definitely seems like we're starting off a little bit early at this point of the year, but like you said, we've had these chances already here throughout March, and so continuing to see that, we might see some stronger chances, some farther in the future chances as well, and by that I mean seeing a chance for severe weather several days in advance, which that tends to be a little bit more well known. If you see that, then more likely to happen. So April, I feel like, is going to be an interesting forecast or interesting month, especially as we've been seeing those temperatures kind of fluctuating here in the 70s and then into the 60s and then into the 80s, and so it'll be definitely, I think, a very interesting month coming up.
Yeah, I mean, even this week we had scattered frost one night. So I mean, and then we're talking about severe weather today and in the 70s. That's just usually what we have around springtime this time of the year. Jennifer, before I let you get away, just kind of recap what we expect here in our Rutherford County area for folks who might just be joining us in terms of severe weather possibilities.
Yeah, so it does look like we do have a chance for a few scattered showers and thunderstorms kind of on and off throughout the day today. The main concern will be the late afternoon into the evening hours with a enhanced risk for some severe weather, and that's the third point on the 5-point scale of severe weather. Looking at main threats being hail, large hail and damaging winds, potentially a tornado possibility here and there as well. That's going to be a higher risk if you go a little bit farther to the western portions of the state, a little less of a risk the eastern portions of the state, but an enhanced risk giving us a pretty decent chance for severe weather here late this afternoon, tonight, into the overnight hours. And we also do have a wind advisory going into effect tonight at about 7 p.m. as well. So it's going to be an active evening coming up.
Very much. Well, Jennifer, thanks for what you do to help us keep the community informed on the weather here, and we'll talk to you again soon, I'm sure.
Absolutely, no problem. Thank you.
Very good. That is Jennifer Wojcicki joining us, WGNS weatherology meteorologist. And again, we have an enhanced risk, which is a level 3 out of 5 on that scale that she mentioned of severe weather. That's kind of where we were last week. It didn't pan out necessarily for us, but it did further south. This system moving further north, affecting a lot more real estate. And with that moderate risk just to the west, it's a day that we need to be aware of the potential for severe weather. But that does look like it's going to be an evening to overnight event for us here in Middle Tennessee. But we'll certainly keep you informed on that. And stay with WGNS and our weatherology team of meteorologists to keep you updated on what's happening. All right, stay with us. We'll be back with more TRN News coming up here in about a minute.